Caution: Ourvoice update will air in a short moment.
Welcome to Our Voice on Air, a radio program about sexual diversity and self-existence. With me, Uki. Today we're going to bring you a press release commemorating the International Transgender Day with the theme of Human Sex Specification is not biological matter only. Wanda was born as a male named Irwan Febri. In elementary school, he began to question his male identity. This is an excerpt from an essay of Linda Cristianti, Nama Saya Wanda. This kind of feeling is not only experienced by one herself, but also those who felt a sense of incompatibility between biological sex and self-identity. In Aldrina Hovan case, for example, who is accused of gender identity fraudulence from female to male. Alter is a female in biological sense, but he socially considered himself as a male. Under Indonesian government policy, gender identity is based on biological context: penis to determine male and vagina for female identity. Life experience, either culturally, psychologically, or socially, is not considered whatsoever to determine gender identity, like Wanda and Alter. Law number 23 year 2006 on demographic administration points out that to recognize gender identity is either biological male or biological female. A citizen is forced by Indonesian government system or policy to determine his or her gender on identity card based on his or her biological sex, and there is no other gender identity option. Transgender, or as we call them, waria, is a term to define a third gender, neither male nor female. However, not all transgenders call themselves as a third gender. Some prefer to be called a female, such as in Wanda's case, or a male. Therefore, transgender can be assumed as a traverse gender identity, different from generally accepted sexual identity. Hence, the term transgender is derived. A rigid separation of biological sex identity, which is male and female, can lead to the loss of public access of which Wanda and Alter have experienced. Many kinds of discriminations have been encountered on this population group, from loss of access to education, health, and employment rights in formal sector, to loss of assembly and association rights. In April 2010, human rights training for transgender group held by Indonesian Human Rights Commission was attacked by religious fanatical groups in Depok, West Java. In February 2010, a social fundraising activity held by transgender community in Aceh was condemned by Secretary General of Himpunan Ulama Daya Aceh or HUDA, Tengku Faisal Ali in Banda Aceh, because their activity was considered as a violation of Islamic law in Aceh. Today, the 20th of November, is commemorated as the International Transgender Day. The milestone of this day can be traced back to the murder of Rita Hester, a transgender and activist who lived in San Francisco. Rita's death was not the first. Here in Indonesia 8 years ago, 3 transgenders who worked as prostitutes in Tanjung Duren West, Jakarta had been found dead by shots. Autopsy revealed that the bullets belonged to policemen. Every month, at least one transgender is killed because of hate and prejudice reasons. And all murder cases involving transgender victims have never been revealed. In addition, in October 2006, Vera, aka Zainuddin, was murdered in Purwokerto, Central Java. Vera was stabbed and tortured to death by a non-transgender suspect. From this situation, on behalf of Our Voice, a social organization promoting sexual orientation and gender identity rights, we urge the Indonesian government to 1. Recognize gender identity and other sex identities such as transgender as a part of formal citizenship identity alongside with male and female. 2. Give freedom to every citizen to determine his or her sex identity without having been recognized from biological context, which is a penis or vagina. 3. Create affirmative action through law or regulation for transgender people in order to ensure basic rights such as education, health, and assembly and association rights, and to be employed in formal sector without any kind of discrimination. And 4th, enforce punishments to persons or group who commit hate-based violence to transgender people specifically and sexual orientation in general. Thus we convey this press release. We hope in this International Transgender Day momentum, all kinds of violence and discrimination upon transgender and sexual orientation groups can be eradicated for good. Jakarta, November 20, 2010. This press release is made by Hartoyo, General Secretary of Ourvoice. You can contact Hartoyo on email hartoyo@ourvoice.org.id. I repeat, hartoyo@ourvoice.org.id. You can also check out our website at www.ourvoice.org.id, www.ourvoice.org.id. Well, that's all for Our Voice on Air today. This is Uki resigning for now. And don't forget to respect sexual diversity in the world.